Are you a kettlebell beginner and you want to train 30 days for free with powerful workouts that'll give you a lot of bang for your buck? I got something for you. Check the first link in the description, click it, sign up, and enjoy. Grüezi miteinander, Gregory von Lebe Stark here. This video marks the second part of a live stream that I did about the kettlebell effect. Here we're going to talk about power development because I believe the kettlebell is one of the best tools to develop proper power. We're going to talk about 3 exercises. I'm going to show you how to do it, and then we're going to do a little workout. So we're now going to do some exercises. I have the hardstyle swing, single-handed. I'm going to show this to you. And you might as well want to now grab your kettlebell, make sure that you can still see me, make sure nothing is in close proximity because I want you to follow me. Then we're going to jump into the snatch, and then the last exercise will be the jerk. Let's cover the hardstyle swing first, or as I like to call it, is the high tension swing. So we want to develop a lot of tension because we just talked about power development. So now I'm going to show you one of the best exercises to build power, and that is the single-handed hardstyle swing. Now I only have a 16 kg right here. Normally I would use heavier weights, but now I'm not warmed up and I don't want to hurt myself or anything. So that's the reason why I'm showing it to you with a 16 kg. So let me demonstrate first. Watch. You stand shoulder width apart. Kettlebell is approximately half a meter in front of you. One thing that we have to learn right now is the hinge. So try to follow me. You push your hips back, your upper body leans forward, and your knees are unlocking. They are not bending. They are unlocking. Basketball players do this all the time. This is a hinge. Imagine my back becomes a table. So if I put something on the table, it has to stay there, right? So if it looks like this, the stuff will drop off the table. So try to follow me now. I'm pushing my hips back, upper body leans forward. I'm extending my arms on the sides of my body. And now, coming back up. Pushing those hips back, upper body comes forward. If you do it properly, you should feel some tension here in your rear legs, coming up. As we pull the kettlebell into the backswing, we wait until the arm makes contact with the body. As soon as the kettlebell makes contact with the body, we hip thrust the kettlebell forward. And now here's where the true power development lies, and another important aspect as to why I see some people have trouble with creating tension. Because most beginners do this mistake. Watch this. I'm doing it without a kettlebell. They pull it into the backswing and then they go, whew. Either they're not able to build enough tension, or here it comes, they're not able to activate the brakes. If there is tension and velocity coming from the rear, what happens if I'm reaching full extension? I'm moving in time and space, so I need something to break the mechanism in order for me to not overdo it. So I have to, boom, contract my midsection, abdominals, quads. So as I'm pushing the kettlebell forward, boom, there's tension. The kettlebell travels, and I'm keeping a firm grip, so I wait for the gravity to do its thing. As soon as the kettlebell reaches its apex, the kettlebell wants to drop again. And on a side note, you can also do overspeed eccentrics where you pull the kettlebell back into the backswing, an advanced technique. So I wait. In our case, we wait, the kettlebell drops, and I wait until it reconnects with my body. And then I'm hinging, and I have to bend my knees to a certain extent. It's like a very strong deadlift position. Boom, coming back up, down, boom, coming back up. And one of my early mistakes was my posture. And again, I want to quote Dr. Yuri Verchochansky. He says, if our posture isn't proper, we lose strength up to a very high degree or a high percentage. So what do I mean with wrong posture? Especially your spine. Your spine has to be locked once you reach full extension. So if I reach full extension, I don't want this. This is what I did, right? The chicken neck. I was like, that's tension. until I realized, no. Keeping a locked spine means from the neck to my upper back, down to my hips, the spine is locked. So let's try a couple of reps. Don't use full tension right now. You just want to get the movement going. And we use our left hand. Are you ready? In 3, 2, 1. Park the bell. I am pulling the bell a little bit towards me so that the bottom of the bell is off the floor and the belly of the bell touches the floor so that the handle points towards me. Now, what it takes is immense time and dedication and practice to understand this exercise. And do not think for a second, just because you have now tried it for the first time, that this means that your hardstyle swing will be perfected after 30 days. Matter of fact, any type of exercise can always be perfected. That's why I'm such a big believer in the basics. And an important aspect is, if you want the kettlebell effect to take place, remember what I said? Regular training, that's one thing, but here it comes, proper training. Treating the kettlebell the way it's supposed to be treated. And I believe you have the most bang for your buck when you pick it up for ballistic exercises, because the kettlebell dominates the ballistic space. Now let's cover the snatch. With the snatch, I like to take a different approach. I call it the hybrid version, where I still use tension, but I also want to move a little bit more efficiently. And now here is the magic that is happening once the kettlebell is overhead. Remember when I told you that the second group of exercises has to work against the inertia of a load, right? And it has to react from zero. It has to build reactive ability. It happens in the swing, but it happens even more, that's my personal opinion, as I'm increasing the distance that the kettlebell has to travel. So in this trajectory, the arc is way bigger than if I have it up here. So a bigger arc means there is a higher impact that my muscles have to compensate for. We start in the same element, the triangle. The kettlebell's a little bit in front of me. I'm pulling it into the backswing. Now, hip thrusting the weight forward, right? The hip thrust. And think about activating your brakes, boom, and the kettlebell starts flying. As it starts flying, approximately on this level, on shoulder level, there is some pulling going on, because I have to pull the kettlebell up in order to fixate it in the top fixation. This is called the top fixation, where your arms are extended and biceps close to the ear. So in order to achieve this, I have to do two things. I have to pull it up, have a loose grip, insert my full wrist and part of my forearm inside the window. This here is the kettlebell window. This is where I have to insert my full wrist, and then once it's in the top fixation, here come the brakes again. Now, if I don't stop the velocity as the kettlebell travels up, what happens? Or it starts wobbling around. So once the kettlebell's up, I have to spirit and break the velocity that is coming from below. So once I stop it, here's an important mechanism. We call it the corkscrew. Now the kettlebell sits approximately on this side, right? Once the kettlebell's overhead, this is where the kettlebell now rests, approximately here. Now if I just turn my palm towards me, the kettlebell drops immediately. So as the kettlebell drops, it comes back. So I let gravity do its thing. I let it drop, and then I wait for the kettlebell to reconnect with my body. I hinge, and then I go back up. So let me demonstrate, and what I'm going to show you is the front hand. I usually do the back hand if I do it like this, but I want to use the front hand. So watch. The snatch takes ages to learn, so don't get it confused if it doesn't work for the first time. But this important aspect, as it drops, don't pull your hips back. Wait for that contact, because the contact is telling your brain, is sending the action potential down your brain into the muscle. Bro, you gotta react, right? From zero. Your hips be like, oh, nothing going on, boom, ooh, we gotta react, bros. So then they react, and boom, you come back up. So now the final exercise, we have talked about the single hand hardstyle swing, we've talked about the snatch, now let's cover the jerk. Now with the jerk, and as it relates to the professionals and champions, what they say is the jerk is most definitely the biggest contributor of power development. The snatch, even though we work accordingly, if you are getting better with your technique and you work more efficiently, you can use the snatch as your endurance, strength endurance, or even power endurance. But explosive power, explosiveness is directed, yes, in the hardstyle swing, but I believe even more in a jerk. So let me demonstrate what the jerk looks like. Now we have to understand when I clean the bell up, this is the hand insertion. I've talked about it. Your elbow connects with the hip. I have all of my ankle, my knee, as well as my hip. They're extended, ready to add to the movement. Now what happens is I am dipping. So I am not pushing my hips back. You don't want to do this because now you lose contact with the elbow. You dip, pushing the knees forward. Now I fully extend all my 3 joints. The ankle, the knee, as well as the hip. The kettlebell, thanks to the velocity and the energy that is coming from below, now transfers the energy into my elbow that is connected to the hip. And boom, this helps to thrust the bell overhead. And as it lands overhead, this is the tricky part, I have to, listen closely, extend my shoulder as well as my elbow joint and flex or bend my hip as well as my knee joint. Can you see this? This is the second dip. And then we finalize the exercise in the so-called top fixation where I extend all the joints and then I, boom, re-rack the weight. How do I re-rack it? There's a little secret that I'm sharing with you right now. We call it shoulders touch. So as the bell comes down, I am reaching for the shoulder first, and this is a sign that I can now pull my elbow close to my body. The reason why I think there's so much power development going on is once you use heavy weights, and for me heavy is double 24s, that's 48 kg on my rack, I have to be quick. I can't wait, because if I am going too slow, the weight is going to crush me. And now let's just seamlessly put these 3 exercises together in a little workout. Go grab your kettlebell. You want to try this with me. We're not going to do a full workout. We just want to give you a glimpse into what I would consider would be a great workout to develop your power. 10 hardstyle swings with the left side. Then we put the bell down, relax for a couple of seconds. Then we do 10 hardstyle swings with the right side, put the kettlebell down, relax for a second. Then I am doing a snatch. And with the snatch, we want to work for time because then you don't have to think. So that means I'm going to put the timer on 1 minute, and then we're going to do 30 seconds with the left side, 30 seconds with the right side. Once we have completed that minute, we put the kettlebell down, we park it, relax a little bit, and then we finalize the workout with 1 minute of jerks. That means 30 seconds with the left side, 30 seconds with the right side. We're going to jump into the hardstyle swing with the left side first. Are you ready? We start in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Park the bell. Now relax. Breathe in. Breathe in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Shake it off. Relax. And now get ready for the right side. 10 reps. In 3, 2, 1. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Park the bell. Breathe in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Now, as you can see, the timer behind me is showing 90 seconds. As soon as the timer reaches 1 minute, we're gonna start with the snatch. Take a breather, we have 15 more seconds to go. Now don't overdo it. Snatches are highly complicated and they burn you out quickly if you're not careful. We start in 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Ten more seconds to go. Switch sides. Park the bell. Now breathe. Breathe into the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Move a little bit. I love this idea from Pavel where he says fast and loose. It's an idea that also Georg Hackenschmidt and Dr. Krajewski are propagating in the book, in Georg Hackenschmidt's book, where he says keep moving. Don't stop, don't sit around. Now, let's finalize this power development workout with a jerk. Now we have the same concept. We have 30 seconds with the left side, 30 seconds with the right side, and we have 20 more seconds to go. Keep breathing. When Gypsy's having fun, he always has fun. We have 10 more seconds to go, gentlemen and ladies. Whenever you are ready. It's 5. We start with the left side. 4, 3, 2. Let's go. 10 more seconds. Switch sides. Couple of seconds. Park the bell. Now walk around, breathe. Get a sip of water, hydrate yourselves. Woo. Good one, boy. Nice, nice, nice. Take a breather, you earned it.
So here's the next step that you have to do. You have to like this video, consider subscribing and share it with your friends, and then you go watch this video right here. This is the first part of this live stream where we talk about some important theory about this powerful kettlebell effect. Pavel Tsatsouline refers to this effect as the what the hell effect. So go watch it right now.